Range defense +1. Examine it. We can totally kill this group. We'll probably have to call this session after this, though. We didn't actually win the shard. Okay, let's start with a burn ammo. He has meditation, though. He'll just slowly regain that. We could summon a demon, but I think instead we'll use atrophy. Chain lightning some of them. I love to have shot this. Let's shoot him. We can totally keep trying to damage him. Move here. Hurl a spear. We can web that guy to prevent us from taking damage, right? Why does he have this ability? He doesn't have any ranged attack damage. Oh. Alright, let's heal. And we can triple blade this gentleman. Dies. Up, heal you. And this gentleman is dead. Good job, guys. I thought we might lose someone here. We'll take resistance. Junk. An idol. An imp, a spawn, and a demologist. We can probably kill them. We want that demologist dead as soon as possible. Let's use haste. Into the woods. Move you here. Holy crap, that did 10 damage. Dude, we can't even quite reach him. He's just gonna kill him this round. Let's heal our ranger. Our ranger, our bowman. Oh my god, this is chaotic, this fight. Let's pull you back. Good job, little guy. You took it like a champ. Let's heal you. Oh, we lost our awesome leveled halfling slinger with this group. That's a shame. Leveled up, though. Congratulations on level 10, sir. We can be either a holy knight, an assassin, a chieftain, or a dark knight. Let's pick a chieftain for this guy. So this is a fighter commander combination. Taking this gives him +1 initiative, and every unit in his army, including himself, gains +1 stamina. We'll take +1 range attack. We'll take a stamina. We'll give you a point. Some garbage. Your informers report that Demian, the greatest evil sorcerer known, is in low spirits today. He is sending curses out in all directions, and one of them has hit the province of White Ridges. Some people are dead, and many are sick. Let's help the victims. Thanks for your help, many people in the province are healed and are very grateful. Excellent. There it is! We've found his castle. We are hurt, though. Let's build an outpost. Put a guard here. And hire some new units. We're down 2. I think we'll take a spearman here. We will take... let's take 2 more halflings. They have the heroes in this location. We'll march in there. Crow will keep searching, keep exploring. And I need to check my phone, everyone. I'll be right back. Just some random numbers. I'm not sure who they were. All right, let's go here and attack. It's time to end this shard. Time to end this shard. So you'll move in there. Crow's going to explore this province. And you're exploring up here, Earth. Yep, this is all fine. Let's keep going. Yep, we have to fight the heroes first. That's no problem. We've beaten this group before. We don't want to lose anyone to that elf, but I don't think we're going to have a choice but to lose someone to that elf. Hopefully he doesn't have double shot. Holy crap, we almost lost that guy immediately thanks to that combination of hits there. Let's move you over here. Can we kill this guy right away with a double shot? 1, 2. Move you 1, move you here. Heal him. Charge up. Move you up 1. Damaging everything on their side, so we might not have to worry about it, and move the mule up here. Okay, good. We did not lose this veteran spearman. Rage. Interesting. Only 1 point, though. Wow, so much damage taken. These heroes are much better than the previous heroes were. Let's cure some of that stamina we're using. Darn them. They are really resilient, this group. Good for them. Okay, we can finally begin charging up. Let's cure some more stamina. 5 damage also, my god. Let's cast haste and charge that fairy. And you could just rest out in right full view of me. Okay, and we can heal and win this combat without taking any losses. Oh, we gained a halberd for that trouble from them. That was probably a weapon from this guy. A chance to get it, I guess. Our looting 30% probably helped us with that. We'll take range defense. We'll take +1 range. We can take first aid, hit points. Begin a siege. You say you'll easily defeat it. You could with the demon spell, but I don't really want to cast that. Examine the sewerage. Rider, Trapper, Basilisk. We can totally kill these things. Oh yeah, look at Crud as well. He's now the whatchamacallit gentleman, so the chieftain. So he looks a little different. Alright, let's read about one of these guys. I think we've read about basilisks before, so we'll stop and read about the trapper. As experienced trackers, trappers are very skilled at hunting down prey. They prefer light concealable knives along with ranged weaponry to take out the bigger game. Their ability to maneuver through even the most dense of jungles allows them to anticipate enemy movements and act accordingly through the use of traps. Although goblin traps are not too dangerous, they can be very unpleasant a surprise. He has one of all the terrain types, so he can enter the terrain. He doesn't get any bonuses for being in it, though. He has a poison attack. He has parry 4, so his initial hit is reduced by 6 points, not 2 hits, not 2 points. He has panic, so he runs very fast. He can summon a trap, a set snare where he would like it. Let's move 1 and cast haste. No damage. This is going to take a while. You're dead. You're so dead. Or our healer's dead right here. Oh yeah. Like I can web. Forgot all about that. Crud. You gotta come down here and kill this thing. Can we escape the wrath of the basilisks? Let's use cat's reflexes. A scimitar. Hey, it's better than the weapon you're currently using, sir. We'll take ammo. We'll take a hit point. You'll get a medal. +2 gem income from that ring. That's pretty decent. All right, Earth. You're not. You can vendor this crap. And keep searching. Actually, we should build another building. Let's build a. Let's build the Abbey. We can now place the Brotherhood of Light Guard. We can't place them there because we have whatchamacallit in there instead. We have slugs. Let's place them here. They promise to like us a little bit better. Crud needs to hire more troops, so we're going to go double back to... Actually, let's double back to our main castle. We'll use Fair Wind to get us there a little faster. And here, we're sieging. There are heroes totally going to arrive here to try to stop us. Let's equip something different. That will be good. Alright, end our turn. I think. Excellent. Let's see what level this guy is. We don't even need the false alarm. Oh, this is that level 7 guy. It's that level 7 guy, everybody. He's dead. Let's go ahead and use inspiration. And we can probably wrap up this battle in quick order. Crippling shot, eliminate the rabble. Nice, another one of these battles. This is pretty awesome. Getting so many of them. I kind of wish that we would get these at the start of the next shard rather than this one, but we'll take it. You can be killed with a triple blade. lower his defenses instead with that vulnerability. You'll notice when I'm not talking as much for the battles anymore. I'm now thinking, like, I'm still thinking about what to do and what the best spells would be and so on. But I don't feel like I need to explain every move I'm going to be doing with this group. This shard in particular is almost over. Leveled again. I guess we'll grab Wand Master 3 for +1 initiative and +1 range. We'll give you an attack. Word of Peace. Reduces attack and range attack of all units on the battlefield by 10 and increases resistance and armor by 5. Lasts 5 turns. Magic resistance and magic immunity offer no protection from this spell. Wow, so it makes everyone more ineffective at combat, and it affects everyone. Serves the rogues right. The famous alchemist Porphyrigus is rumored to have discovered the secret of making a potion of eternal youth. Whether that is true or not, he has begun to buy mandrake in bulk, and as a result, the price for it has increased by 25%. I see. I wonder if that was the guy who bought our chalice of eternal youth after all. Alright. We're still sieging this place. We have like another 3 rounds, and then this shard will be over. Let's go ahead and repair. Toss you over here. And we'll keep exploring. Crud's heading back home. We're sieging. We should keep building buildings, Tim, for your score. Let's build the infirmary. Increases population growth in the capital. Speeds up restoration of hit points in the capital by 10% per turn. Reduces the risk of epidemic in the capital. And that is all the buildings. We have built every one that was available to us on the first shard, or at least the ones we found so far. Crud's heading back. You're exploring. We're sieging. We could earn more points by just, well, killing things. We could do more battles, take more provinces, earn more points at the end of the game. But we're kind of on a small time limit when it comes to shards. Not a critical time limit, in so much that we can't lose. But we get more glory the faster that we defeat everything on the shard. While exploring the province, the hero Earth has found an Inquisition troop. The Inquisitors are going to burn some people at the stake. This is a good way to get some experience and maybe some early items in a shard. But it would also, I think, change our karma level to being evil. I'm not interested in this at the moment. We're just going to let them do what they want. Pass them by. One more turn, and the shard is ours. We can equip the crystalline ring. We'll store this one. This is better than our poleaxe because it offers 1 more counterattack. Leave you both down here. We don't really need those. And it's over. Hope you guys liked the shard. We'll grab you. I think we'll grab a bard. It's over, Tim. You don't really need to even try to kill anything. Let's just come down here. Actually, can we make these people happy? Alright, let's just do this. Let's end this. While exploring the province of Frost, the hero Earth has come across a small wagon decorated with a crudely drawn symbol of an eagle god, and a strong smell of herbs and alchemical reagents. Apparently, the owner of the wagon is a wandering healer from some monastic order, and it is obvious that he is now in serious trouble. The wagon is surrounded by a pack of wolves, looking very sinister and hungry. We gotta help. This will increase our karma level. Alright, we're set. Let's use Chain Lightning. Actually, do we have haste? We do not. So, I'm not casting the demon as much as we all would like to see it. This is because, well, I really did want to cast it, but we're not gonna so close to the end of the shard. First off, it's a waste of mana. It won't be that strong. It could probably kill all these wolves, or most of them, but we don't really need to do it. Next, casting certain spells lowers your karma. Casting any spell that raises the undead, or casting spells that summon demons, will lower your karma a few points. This is like as if you had an event and you chose an evil option. So keep that in mind when it comes to spell casting. We'll go over that again in the beginning of the next shard, just because probably people would not expect me to talk about that in the middle of this one. Okay, let's use Chain Lightning. Damage all of those a little bit. And then we'll just, no, that's dumb. We keep everyone where they're standing. Use Chain Lightning. are running out of stamina, but we're looking okay at the moment. Good work, team. We'll take the marksmanship medal. We will take attack. After dispatching the wolves, your troops examine the wagon. In it, they find a grand healer, obviously prepared to die, but not without a fight. Needless to say, he is delighted to meet his rescuers, and his gratitude is such that he vows to serve you. I needed that. Continue the siege. But I don't think we actually gained him. We did not. He was a grand healer, and we did not have room for a rank... Oh, we did have room for rank 2 in our army. Okay, nice, we picked him up. It's a very low chance you can pick up a grand healer from that battle. It's like the lowest of all the things you can get from that fight. You can get a grand healer, you can get a normal healer, you can get some gems, you can get nothing. I think there's a chance to get maybe a scroll from the battle as well. But good job, Earth. Good job. Another point of stamina. Oh, I should have sieged. I totally did not do so. Let's just, one more turn and then I guess. While exploring the province of Frost, the hero Earth has spent the night in a remote village. Oh, this is that same encounter again with the warlock. Let's go back to sleep. In the morning, Earth quietly leaves the village. The peasants are all sullen and silent. Perhaps they are in mourning. Alright, we will simply continue exploring. Assault! Time to end the shard! We're one extra turn, we're doing it. Alright. We should not need the alarm. One of the local lords has been defeated and is no longer an obstacle in your quest to seize this shard. We have won, everyone! Our first shard victorious. We have earned these structures. A theater. Improves the population mood in the capital by 1. Improves population mood in provinces with a pub, a tavern, or an inn by 1. An infirmary, which we built during the game. A merchant court, income plus 5. Attracts better mercenaries to the castle. Allows upgrading a pub in provinces to a tavern. Allows you to hire duelists through contracts, if you found any. 1 contract will be in the store. Provides 2 contracts with the Adventurer's Guard. A Crystal of Power, and this was the main reason we did this shard. Reduces the cost of new heroes by 10%. Allows heroes to receive easy quests. Yields 1 gem per turn. Allows performing the Magic Crystal Ritual. We've also earned the ability to gain 12 gems. And we have an orc in our garrison. We have earned 184 points, and we can see how that happened here. Oh, watch difficulty level only 56. Did we choose skilled instead of competent? Maybe it's because of the enemies we fought. Anyway, we had 2 opponents. We defeated both of them. We won 92 victories. We did not lose a single battle. We had 25 provinces. We owned 3 heroes. 3 of our units were veterans. We built 37 structures. We found no special treasures. We completed 1 request. We got a special reward. And our personality was 14. So I guess we gained 14 points of good karma. It took us 107 turns to win. So we lost 8% of that score. Our score is multiplied by 56, and then we earn 100% of what is left over, and we have earned ourselves 184 points total. The mortals of this shard call you their eternal ruler, Lotaeri the Pure. The legends of your deeds will be remembered and passed from one generation to the next for 184 years. You also earned the Strategist, and earned 74 points for that medal. Excellent! A new shard has been unified with your world. The bigger your world becomes, the further it drifts from chaos, and the closer it is to the center of Eador. As you approach the center, you can find larger shards. Just remember that defenders on large shards are much stronger than those on close to the borders of chaos. So be careful when choosing which shard to conquer. Let's take a look. What shards do we have left? We only have 2? Well, we've only got 2 available to us. We have these 2 shards and that's it. We can go here to fight Cleamers, which is a tiny shard. We'll have only 1 opponent there. And the mixed terrain type will encounter all sorts of different types of terrain. We would gain a Driver's Guild, a Sage's Guild, a Brewery, and plus 5 gold income as an option. Here, we can earn a Fort, a Forester's Guild, a Market, and a craft shop. We'd earn some gold income and a renegade in our garrison. Honestly, we should probably go for this one next. We need that fort. I think the fort unlocks the option for us to purchase rank 2 units, and we will want them as soon as possible. So we're going to go for this place next. First, though, let's talk to Czar a little bit. This will be a really long episode, I suppose. How can I help you, boss? Czar, where are we? Boss, that's my favorite rhetorical question. Although I prefer the wording, where the heck am I? I can hardly keep from asking that every time you ask me the next I wasn't a rhetorical question, Czar. What is this place? Well, boss, I wouldn't call it a place at all. There are no such notions as place and other conventionalities of the physical plane here. We're on the astral plane now, boss. Or simply in the astral. Just don't ask me what the astral is. I'm not ready to spend the rest of my immortal life trying to explain it to you. Alright, but can you at least briefly tell me about the astral? To tell about the astral briefly is kind of like to die just a little bit. Know what I mean, boss? The astral is the astral. There are no such notions as top, bottom, far, close. There are no objects and no substances here. It's the plane of pure reason and a dwelling place to the spirits. The only dimension, more or less, applicable here is order chaos. In astral terms, Eador is something like a bubble of order in the ocean of chaos. Although it's not quite a bubble because it's not spherical. To be more precise, it has no shape at all. Just like everything else in the astral, Eador is an aggregate of thought forms possessing certain orderliness. In the center of this orderliness is a celestial body called Sun by the mortals. I think I understand. Thanks, Czar. Anything else, boss? One more question for you, sir. How can I help? Why does the world consist of shards? I just love questions like this, boss. Kind of like, why is water wet? Or why is the sky blue? And so on. It's just the way the world is. There are plenty of things in this world that I don't like, but if you don't learn to take it as it is, your life will be much harder. Just spare me your philosophical preaching. I have no objections to water being wet and the sky being blue, but separate shards, that's somehow wrong. As if they used to be parts of something greater. Ah, I gotcha, boss. You're trying to justify your petty passion for conquering shards and putting them together in one bundle, proudly called the world. Don't bother. Things aren't that complicated. This is just plain greed and lust for power, understandable feelings inherent to most sentient beings. So there's no need to be ashamed and invent lofty excuses. Can you give me a proper answer to a question for once? I bet you know that shards are somehow unnatural. I always give proper answers to your questions, boss. It's just that you don't always take my answers properly. Would you like to listen to some nonsense about the one world and the creator, like all those priest guys stuff the believers' heads with? Sure, I know a bunch of tales like that. Each race has several versions, and every single one is so ridiculous it's impossible to forget. Like a good joke. Well, I'd be delighted to listen to some of these jokes, Czar. As you wish, boss. For instance, here's one of the legends that pick-break mind dwarves and other lesser dwarven clans believe. It was in yonder day, whence mountains young bestowed their countless wealth unto the sons, and the beasts of forest and plain dared not to stick a snout into the sacred chambers. A dwarven clan, I dare not defile my tale with its foul name, for it became a worst of curses thereupon, disdained the great blacksmith's gifts and purpose, and left the underground chambers, leaving the reaches of earth for branches and cones of forest. Angered at the sacrilege most foul, the great blacksmith Voltul the hammer took, one he used to forge the world, and struck the creation of his asunder, scattering it into shards innumerable. And the clan that had betrayed the great blacksmith's cause was cursed with a terrible curse. Fell off their beards, lengthened their noses. Many a deformity took them. Elves, they are now called. A funny story. Can you tell me anything else? Of course, boss. Whatever you wish. Here's the story the orc shamans like to tell in order to gain respect in the eyes of their fellow tribesmen. There was Urgu. Urgu was strong. Urgu beat anyone he wanted. No one beat Urgu, but Grokka came and fought Urgu. Urgu saw he could not beat Grokka. Then Urgu struck his drum, and the world shattered, and Urgu himself shattered. Parts of Urgu floated in the sky, looking for orcs to dwell in them. When a part of Urgu dwells in an orc, Power he gains. Only one who has part of Urgu can become a ghost whisperer shaman. Do you know any stories that aren't quite so dumb? Every story is dumb for the one not smart enough to see its hidden meaning. Why are you looking at me like that, boss? I wasn't talking about you. Would you like to hear a tale of the more advanced mortals? I can tell you an elven legend, although the elves also have a couple of screws loose. They're all about romances and whiny sighs. There's also a theory that goblins have. It's all logical and down to earth. Which one would you like to hear? We only get one of these, everyone. We heard the dwarves. We should probably hear the elven story. Tell me the elven legend. Elves, you say? Well, boss, you asked for it. It's a song, really, as all elven legends are, but by your permission, I'll refrain from singing and skip the excess of verbiage proposed to delight the ears of the listener. Well, well. So the winter of cruel snows had come, when trees were crumbling under the heavy white shroud which had fallen from the skies, and beasts and birds died under the icy breath of the cruel winds. That was the last of the signs predicted by Melethriel the seer. When the cold claws of winter had killed all the living in the mournful frozen woods, the hour struck. The earth shuddered with pain, for the forces of the inevitable were ripping it apart. The sun died, the night came, and the creatures from non-existence began their bloody feast on the shards of the once solid firmament. This song doesn't tell us why the world shattered, but we can be pretty sure it happened in winter. Wish you had sung it to me, Czar. That would have been fun to hear. Anything else, boss? No, you're free to go for now. Everyone, I think I made up my mind that I'm going to break this video into 2 parts, and I probably have introduced a small intro video to this one to start. We're going to go ahead and choose a shard to go on, but first I need to check my phone again. I'll be right back. Okay, it was nothing. Let's go ahead and go and try to complete this shard. Oh, first though, let's look at this really quick. We have conquered 2 shards. Oh, the tutorial one counted. We have 184 glory. This is our currently best title. We've earned 1 reward. This is our world income. We are earning 13 astral energy currently every turn. We could hit end turn, and we would gain 13 more energy, and it would advance, I think, the time a little more. But you never, ever want to do that, or very rarely would you ever want to just do that. Every turn that you delay just to gain energy is a turn that the game crawls closer to its eventual end. You see, we're on a time limit. We don't necessarily know what that time limit is, but I have a vague feeling that given the difficulty setting we chose, which I think was competent, our game will end around turn probably close to 70 or 60. We basically have that long to complete the game, after which something happens. I do not know what this something is. I do not know how the game ends. I do not know if we have the option to end the game early. And I do not know if we actually have that long, if the game ends in our defeat at the very end, if we were supposed to do something else instead. But we have basically 60 or 70 astral turns based on the difficulty level that we chose. What difficulty level did we pick, by the way? We're playing competent. I hope we're playing competent. I'll have to double check that we didn't pick skilled, but I think we picked competent. Anyway, let's go ahead and pick this shard. Maybe I'm playing expert on my other save slot. All right, anyway, let's go ahead and attack. Do it! Okay, right, we're in the invasion screen, everybody. So here we can spend some of the energy we have accumulated to give us various benefits. We can spend 77 energy to place an orc in our starting garrison. We can spend energy for gold at a 1-to-1 rate. We would start with 10 extra gold total. We could spend energy on gold income, but we haven't unlocked any of that, or gem income. We also could spend some on some starting gems instead. We will spend a tiny bit on a few extra gems. We're going to take 6 extra gems for 12 energy. Actually, Tim, you probably don't even need that. I want a few gems. I want 5 gems. All right. That's good. Let's start. We'll take a look around, everyone, and then I will let you guys choose which hero. Hey, everyone. Sorry for cutting off the end right here. I talked very briefly at the end originally about a scout hero and why we wanted one here, but we should talk about why I'm going to make... We're going to talk about what I look at when we first join in a shard in order to help me pick our first hero. And maybe you guys will find it useful as well. Hopefully the tip helps you guys when you play this game, assuming you do. Alright, so the very first thing I look at when we join a shard is, do we have a weapon shop in our first province? And if we do, I usually will pick a hero that coincides with the equipment sold there. Last time, for example, we started with a archery store right in our starting province, which meant to me Scout. Scout benefits from that weapon. We are guaranteed a decent weapon from that shop. One that will be probably more powerful than our tier 1 starting stores can provide. In which case, to me, that's a no-brainer. If ever you see a shop in your starting location, let's say you see a weapon store, you want a warrior or a commander. You see an archery store, you want a scout. You see a magic store or a sorcery store, that's a place that sells wands, orbs, and staves. You may want to consider a wizard. Next, after I look to see if we have a starting shop, I look around and see how many crystals can we gain each round, assuming we take all the starting provinces around us. I see only 2 gem income besides our starting province. We will also gain 1 extra gem from the Crystal of Power. So, that gives us 8 gem income a turn. Figure you're probably going to take a healer or a shaman as support for your army. You don't have to, but they do make it a lot easier. If you take at least one of those, that's 1 gem a turn. So in our case, we'd earn 7 gems a turn. The starting mage, assuming you're running Eador fixed skills, always starts with Thaumaturgy, which lowers the resistance of the enemy by 1 and gives him +1 resistance. What this means, however, is that he probably wants to start off casting lightnings or magic sparks or triple blades. Lightning and triple blade require 4 gems to cast it each time. Magic sparks require nothing to cast it. Just 1 stamina and 4 damage. Still, that's quite a bit of gems. You're probably going to cast lightning or triple blade at least twice during a combat. Maybe even 3 times, assuming that you unlock the structure to do so, which in itself is more gems. So it's going to be very painful to level a mage here, in this chart especially, given that we don't have very much gem income coming for us. We do at least have some. I've had charts where you get nothing, like your starting place gives you 3, and you don't have anything nearby that gives you more. That's extremely tough. For anyone, including non-mages, because they also want healers in their army, and they want to cast at least, like, haste on themselves to help them out during a battle. So anyway, look around the terrain and see how many gems you get. And that can rule out whether or not you want a mage. If we had, let's say, 2 from this province, 1 from here, and maybe 1 from this hills, yeah, we could probably run a mage. That would be 9 total gems for income, and much better. Or even 10, that would be fantastic. But we don't have that here. The next thing I do is I take a look around at the number of hills that we have. Hills and forests. Oh, actually, no, that's not quite true. The next thing I do is I look at the gold income for all these locations. This helps us rule in or out a commander as a possible choice. Commanders benefit from, well, large armies. You want a large army from a commander as often as you can get it and as quickly as you can. Since a commander doesn't himself excel in combat, rather he helps his army out in combat instead. The commander also starts with an extra unit slot. The scout, wizard, and fighter, or warrior, all start with 3. The commander starts with 4. So you want a lot of income to help support a large army if you're running a commander. We actually have a good amount of starting money surrounding us. We have 13 for this, 11, 11, 11, 14, and then 5. Hills usually don't give you this much starting money. Normally you're left with like 5 or 7 for starting income. It's decent, but 11, 14? Holy crap, that's amazing, actually. Yeah, that's phenomenal, especially for these barbarian plain areas. Wow, that's fantastic. So This rules in a commander, in my opinion, as a hero we can take for this shard. For a scout, I see tons of hills. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 hills provinces here. Furthermore, our starting province is in hills. This means that when we attack from the starting province into these 2 plains provinces, we get hills, the enemy does not, generally. Another reason to pick the starting scout, or a commander with many more ranged options for his army. Because we would get the extra range for all our range attacks. Very, very handy in this situation. A warrior is next, and he can win, obviously, though I prefer a warrior working with forested areas for that extra point of, or extra 2 points of range defense upon entering them. That said, though, a warrior still works on basically any type of shard. It's just really helpful to have a weapon store for him early on. He'd also lose a little more stamina getting around because the hills will be in his way, and also there's that as well, just flat out. Hills generally slow you down unless you have terrain knowledge hills, which means that our poor warrior, and/or his melee army, or melee units in general, will find it a little tougher to move around here, given the amount of hills. Remember how we were using that to our advantage when we fought the gnolls, using forests, hills, and swamps? Well, it's going to work against us in this starting shard. Still, we can make a warrior work. It's not a bad idea to pick a warrior. I just think it would be easier for us to start with a commander or a scout. Finally, I look around at the starting provinces that are around us and see what their races are. We have 4 barbarian tribes and 2 free settlements. This is good. We don't have halflings, we don't have elves, we don't have dwarves, we don't have orcs, we don't have anything like that around us. Orcs themselves wouldn't be too tough to take over. However, the other races, they have some uniqueness to them. Dwarves are difficult to take their starting province. The starting fight is tough, and dwarves hate being taken over. It is very difficult to keep them happy, especially early on in the campaign. Later on, if your hero is a good hero, though, you'll find it easy to maintain dwarves, elves, and halflings' happiness. However, there's something else about halflings in particular, but halfling, elven, and dwarven territories, or Alklia, or Alkii if you see them around. There's random events which occur in those provinces, halflings in particular, where a group of heroes will show up and try to save the province. Sometimes, this group of heroes is amazingly strong, and you will not be able to take back that starting province unless you were in the midpoint of the campaign. We're talking like 30 shards into the campaign, because of just how strong it is. It has like a powerful high-level white mage. It's got a border guard or 2, a witcher, very high-powered other units in it as well. It's insane just how strong that army can be. And you can get it as a random event, just for having the halfling village. Even if the halflings are completely content with you, you conquered it. You can get that event anyway. The game knows that you did it. So there's that to consider when it comes to starting provinces around us. Elves as well are very difficult to also take, and they are also difficult to keep them happy. Alkrii are also, or Alkrii, however you say them, the bird people. They're also tough to take the province and keep them happy. We don't have any of that near us. All of this should be takeable early on for us. So look to those things when you pick your starting hero, everyone. Weapon store first. Next, I would look for the number of gems you're gaining. Next, the income you get, just because you want to consider a mage and/or a commander. And finally, look at the terrain. That will help you decide what you want to start with. Anyway, that's what I go with. Hope you guys find that helpful. So for us, everyone, I'm going to vote that we start with a commander or a scout. Either one I feel would work well for us. A warrior, I wouldn't pick it normally, but if you guys want a warrior, we can still make it work, and I won't feel bad whatsoever. We'll do the best we can. Which is to say, good choice. Let's do it. The warrior would be difficult only because it's going to be tricky to reach the enemy. And finally, a mage. You guys really want a mage? We can take a wizard anyway, but we will struggle with a wizard on this shard. All right, everyone. Well, that'll do it for us. Thank you guys for watching. Actually, there's one more thing I should mention, or maybe 2 more things. Your starting locations here. So, starting locations hint as to the rewards you get for completing them. The Terra Runes, for example. we'll earn some money, and there's a chance to get a piece of equipment from these ruins. We have quite a few of them in here. We have ancient ruins. This gives us, I think, more money rather than items when you complete ancient ruins, I think. We have an old mansion, which I've never, ever been able to defeat ever, because there's ghosts or banshees in these locations, and those are practically impossible for us to defeat early on. We've got a lookout tower, which is very similar to ancient ruins and what have you. I think lookout towers might also extend the range of your province by 1 if you take it, maybe? I can't remember. We have an idol as well. We will get more gems for this, rather than gold, upon completing an idol, if I recall correctly. Also, this is slowing down our province growth by 1. So we're going to want to take this out sooner rather than later, so that we can go ahead and rapidly gain our population level. But take a look to your starting locations as well. Not only because you want to see which ones you can handle early on, but because maybe we start with starting gems, but there's like some easygoing, lots of starting gem locations in here. In which case, okay, well, that makes up for the fact we don't get very many gems at the start, and we could at least run a mage at the very beginning, if not later on. So look to that too. Alright, I'm done babbling. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Don't forget to vote for the type of hero we should be. Also, if you guys care, you can also vote for the type of units you want to use. Generally, I don't like that much detail because we'll get like 1,000 different answers or combinations. But if you guys, let's say we play the game and later on you're like, Tim, you never choose thieves and shamans. Can you pick them once? Sure, I will absolutely do so. Just let me know what combinations of units you want to see, and I'll do my best to oblige. Alright, everyone. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next one. Take care, everyone.